Pacquiao Art of Sports are here with the one and only Vergil Ortiz, 13-0, 13 KOs, man. Fighting August 10th at Grand Prairie, your actual hometown. I'm sure that has to feel great, but you're actually fighting where you grew up. Tell me about that.
You know, it feels great. You know, I already have a lot of teachers and friends telling me that they already bought tickets to come watch me fight. You know, it feels great knowing that.
Any teachers you didn't like? You're like, no, don't come.
Nah. You know, I was cool with all my teachers. You can ask every single one of my teachers. I was always one of their favorite students. I did my work. I was a pretty disciplined kid. I didn't cause any problems. But you know what? I'm happy that they're coming to support me.
That's cool, man. That's cool that you still be in contact with those people and all that stuff. I'm sure, is that becoming overwhelming? Kind of everyone being like, oh, you're fighting here. Let me, the tickets, let me get this, let me get that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's not overwhelming because I do make sure that I post all the information on there first before they come ask me.
Right, leave me alone.
Yeah, but I mean, it's cool. If they ask me, I try not to get overwhelmed. You know, I just know that they want to support me.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're fighting Antonio Orozco. He's moving up from 140 pounds. 2 fights ago, he fought for the championship against Jose Ramirez. That was a close fight, good fight. Obviously, he showed his durability in that fight. What did you see in that fight, and how do you expect your guys' fight to play out?
You know, he just kept coming forward. He's a really tough guy. He doesn't know how to quit, that's for sure. I really don't expect him to quit, and I hope he doesn't, because I hate when fights end like that. But you know what? Like you said, he's a tough fighter. I mean, other than that, you know, that's pretty straightforward, if you ask me. Yeah.
With your last fight with Herrera, I believe he hadn't been stopped before, and you stopped him. What was that confidence building like? The fact that, you know what I mean, you knocked out a veteran who, you know, just he had never seen power like yours before.
Yeah. It did build my confidence a little bit, but you know, like I said, when I go in the ring, I go in thinking that I'm the underdog. I have something. Well, I do have something to prove. This is the toughest fight to date, and. But you know what? I go in like that in every single fight. Even in my first few fights, I never went in thinking, oh, I'm gonna kill this guy. You know, I never go in with that mentality. And you know who did that? Anthony Joshua did that, and look what happened to him. So I don't want to end up like that.
Let's speak on that a little bit. I was going to ask you about that. What was that moment like, man, when you saw Anthony Joshua KO? I'm sorry, when you saw Andy Ruiz KO Anthony Joshua, did you see that coming? Obviously, you know boxing, so you know Andy may be better than most fans, but did you see that he was going to win that fight? Did you see that was a strong possibility?
No, I thought he was going to lose. I really thought he was going to lose, and he proved the entire world wrong. And it was just crazy. It was a crazy night for boxing.
Looking at that fight and their style matchups, Andy's used to kind of fighting taller, longer guys like that. He's been doing that since he was an amateur, all that. How does Joshua combat that? How does he train to beat someone who's been doing that, for just 6 months, basically? He has till November, I believe, or December.
What he's going to have to do, he's going to have to box him. He can't stay and trading with Andy Ruiz. But Andy Ruiz, when he was boxing him after that first knockdown in that round, I don't know what round it was, Andy Ruiz was starting to attack him to the body, and he was starting to slow down and get hurt. So you know what? It might play the same way. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe he was trying to box him, and he got hurt, so he had no choice but to stay in there, and he just opened up.
What advice do you give Anthony Joshua for the rematch? If you know what I mean, how does he combat Andy Ruiz?
I mean, honestly, I don't want to give him any advice. I want Ruiz to win. So I'm nothing against him, but Andy,
big fight coming up in your weight division, Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman in a couple weeks. What's your thoughts on that fight, man?
I think Pacquiao's gonna win.
Wow.
He's gonna win a unanimous decision or whatever decision. I don't think that there's gonna be a knockout from any fighter. Pacquiao is very close to retiring, but he still got it.
When you look at Pacquiao, he's 40 years old, and he's still at the top of the games, obviously in the same weight division you are. What does that teach you, I guess, as a young prospect like that? Does it, like preservation-wise, things like that? Obviously, he's a power puncher, so he gets guys out of there pretty soon, which obviously is in your favor. But what do you take from Pacquiao kind of to increase your longevity of your career?
He did knock out his opponents a lot, and you know what they say: shorter fights, longer careers. I hope that I continue doing that, and of course, there's gonna be some fights where I go the distance and all that stuff. I'm gonna be in some wars, but like I said, I'm not gonna look for knockouts anymore. When I did look for the knockouts, they came, but they didn't come very pretty.
As clean as you would like.
Yeah.
Kind of my last question, man. You're obviously a welterweight. Earl Spencer's a welterweight. You guys are both from Texas. You've talked about it before, possibly fighting him at Dallas Cowboy Stadium. I know that's a little ways away. Obviously, you have this tough fight right here in front of you. But how much of a possibility do you feel that really is at Cowboy Stadium for both of you? I mean, that'd be a mega event in like 2-3 years, right?
Yeah, of course. I don't think we'll be fighting at 147. I think we'll fight at 154. I think that this fight won't happen anytime soon. Maybe towards the end of his career, maybe like in 4 years. He said he doesn't want to retire at 35. I'd say I'll fight him like at 33, 34 years old. By that time, I'm going to be way stronger than I already am right now. And you know what? It's gonna be a great fight for the city of Dallas, DFW.
It's going to be good, man. I can't wait, brother. It's a pleasure having you, man. Thanks a lot, brother. Appreciate you.